Hey guys, welcome to my special 5-year LP special. And like I said, I was going to bring you some ham, for we are going to be playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Yes, this is my first DS LP. So, as I promised, there will be lots and lots of ham. Delicious, nutritious ham for the masses. Now, of course, anybody who is famous with Phoenix Wright knows that this is pretty much a detective game slash visual novel. We can pretty much say it's a visual novel because that's what it feels like. But in any case, it was released in Japan as Gyakuten Saiban, otherwise known as Turnabout Court. And of course, Phoenix Wright is, of course, our hero, who I don't know for some reason just got into Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Gag character much? Anyway, I'm gonna turn this up just because. Anyway, we're going to proceed with the first part of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Court is now in session. Episode 1, The First Turnabout. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Why am I nervous? Right! Oh, hi, Chief! This, of course, is Mia Fey, Phoenix mentor, as you will, and she'll be joining us for this first case. Whew, glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. Yeah, it's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Hmm? Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah. That's him. Damn despair! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. shut the fuck up. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. He took my baby away. Huh. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school has a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Ew. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. For I am Phoenix Wright. Da-da-da-da-da! Sorry. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 2. And, of course, since this is our first case, it's somewhat the, how should we say, beginner case. So, let's get to it. The court is now in session for the trial, Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Head shaky. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. And that'd be Larry Butts. Defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what was the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? I love that look on her face like, what the fuck? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record, which is right up here. Where it says court record. Just touch the court record button to check it out any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? Her name is Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct? Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first the question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a brown object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. So we get the statue. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. So after we get the thinker, we're going to advance further into the case. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Because proof is everything. As well as truth. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call us first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Or he gets excited easily. This could be bad. Yoink!
Ahem! Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Antony!
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped, she was just she wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me.
Ever. And you can say this with a smug look on your face, sir?
What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she wasn't passed until the day before she died. So now we get the passport as evidence. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. I know what that's like. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? Because we don't want to see what's going to happen, so let's just stop him from answering right away. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating sheepdog?
And you can still say this with a smirk, in which I could see as a little twitch right there.
I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead.
Sure.
Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motives is clear to anyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good.
The next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did. And maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh. He went. Oh, what do I do? Well, doesn't really matter, so... Yeah, just stop him. Because either way, you're going to get the same outcome. But I'd rather just tell him no. I'll send him a signal. Like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you.
I got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can't prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, this is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Salt to the stand. Hey, Mr. Salt, you sell newspaper subscriptions? Is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Mr. Salt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Now, here we go with the witness testimony. It's very important because he may lie. So it is very important to listen in on the testimony first before you start attacking. Here we go.
I was kicked door to door, sitting suspicion that I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it straight, I looked inside the apartment, and then I saw lying, a woman not moving, dead. I quelled in fear and found myself unable to go inside. I sought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
So basically he made 10 statements. That's right, he made 10 statements.
Harry, why didn't you tell the truth? You can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally.
Don't I know that?
The phone that Mr. Sod used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
So we get a blackout record in evidence. Now, Mr. Wright?
Yes!
Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. The best part of the game.
Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
I don't prove he's not.
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradiction between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness' face. Okay. And point out contradictions in testimony, in which we will probably be doing very shortly. So here he says he was going door to door selling subscriptions when he saw a man fleeing the apartment. Next, he says he thought he was in a hurry because he left the door half open behind. And then he said he thought it was strange looking inside the apartment, and he saw lying there a dead woman. So he quailed in fear, unable to go inside. He was in shock, go figure. Thought to call the police immediately, and yet the phone wasn't working. So he went by a nearby park and found a public phone. And you remember the time was 1 p.m. Now this is weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to present the following. We're going to present the autopsy report. The time when death was 4 to 5 p.m. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How to explain this 3-hour gap?
Oh, that.
This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sarge, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
She asked a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you had to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victims must have been watching a video of a tape program. And that's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard of us saying the time of a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine a witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one. Sure, it's the time of discovery. Now there's something weird here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to present a statement, and I'm going to present this to him, which is basically the blackout record.
Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Oh!
The defense has a point. You have an explanation for this, Mrs. Solid.
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Oh! Wait, I remember now.
Mrs. Solid? Well, the court would prefer to hear accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
That and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Honor. It must have been the shock of finding his body.
Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. His testimony this time goes as follows.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
He only has 4 statements here. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. So he says, he's lying on number 3, so we're going to press him on that. So we're going to present him with the statue. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
What? Your objection, your evidence. Who do you think you are?
Phoenix Wright, bitch. Just answer the question, Mr. Solid.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yeah.
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew that it was the clock because he went to the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh, yeah. Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
I never looked at the clock. I saw. Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him!
Yeah, I'm putting a lot of emphasis on here.
He killed her! He's a bad! Give him death!
And yet you're hankering for a hunk of cheese? Order! Order in the court, I say! I want a Subway, man.
Your Honor, moment, please. There is a shred of evidence supporting the defense claims.
Mr. Wright! Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sod heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce a time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. Wah, wah. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely this discrepancy between what Mr. Sod heard and actual time of death. So, Mr. Sod, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know who's running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have the case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! We're so close. Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solwit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! They treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime!
I almost hurt him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Solwit.
Chief!
Listen up, Rags. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you still can't win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock will be 3 hours slow? Yep. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it right. Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Well, if you're going on a long-distance trip, like Japan or Paris or even Africa, you're going to have to need one of these. You're going to need your passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it's 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sod? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? He derped himself to death. Order! Order, I say! Make it a cheesesteak. A Philly cheesesteak. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client?
He was arrested and been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty! And with that, court is adjourned. That'd be $20 pay on your way out. It turns out that Frank saw it was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawyer let himself to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawyer grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find, and the rest was history. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew. Still can't believe he won. It only took me 42 minutes. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You'll fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I never seen a teen looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, yeah. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No, I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But I said the Whitney's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Okay, Larry, I'm just going to tell you this once, but your girl, she was a gold digger, man. Sorry, that had to be said. She was a gold digger. Congratulations, Harry. Here comes a joke. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Yeah, I can see those headlines too. I can see those people laughing their asses off too. Yeah, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Yeah, but they're the best of us, man. Don't that make you want to just cry? Oh, Larry. Are you sure? Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. The heck is she talking about? I guess she's talking about this. The thinker. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? Where'd you get that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled.
You probably just need a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. So very true. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Case in point, kiddies, never let go of what you believe in. Just believe in you that believes in me, that believes in everyone else. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? Indeed. Who wouldn't want to have dinner on Earth? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Butts aren't so innocent, man. I've seen things with butts, man. They're not so innocent. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, that's Larry. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah. Part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Yeah, that's a good idea. Over drinks and a dinner and a movie. Your tail in my lap. Oh, sorry. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said,
"Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends."
But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. So that was the first case of our first this new Let's Play. And in our next episode, we will have episode 2, which will be called Turnabout Sisters, which I also have on hand. But you know. So we're gonna save here, like so. And with that, that will do it for our first part of our brand new Let's Play for our 5-year special of me being on YouTube. But anyway, join me next time when we have our second case called Turnabout Sisters, as Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney continues. So until then, I'll see you next part.